What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Jeffo coming at you with another video. And I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody's achieving their goals. I hope everybody's staying focused, everybody's staying balanced, everybody's staying grounded. I wanted to come here and talk to you guys about stress. As you can hear, we're in nature. Feel me? I feel like the best time when you can really get grounded is actually being in nature, touching the actual ground and being able to connect with the universe in a way where it blocks out the artificial noises. You know, when you're with yourself, even if you were with a group of people, you know, you guys are just like meditating or being able to just stay within the moment without letting the outside world get into you. So what we're gonna get into is stress, right? Everyone goes through stress. Everyone handles it in a different type of way. And this is probably one of the biggest, I guess, obstacles for people to overcome. Because when stress comes, a lot of people think that stress is because of the outside noise. Stress doesn't come from the outside. It may be initiated on the outside, but where it really comes from, where it really manifests, is through your ideal, your perception. You feel me? Your mindset, how you see yourself, is where stress comes from, and I'm going to explain to you. Now, I'm watching the basketball. As you guys know, playoffs is going on right now. Though I am kind of transitioning away from being really connected as I was when I was younger, where it felt like I was on the team, I now watch as just a fan, and as you know, I look at more than just the game now. I look at all the little things that I didn't notice beforehand. Now I look at it because I'm in this weird, and it's not weird as in like bad, but like this abnormal, which shouldn't be abnormal, but this understanding of the universe, understanding of how people interact and all the little things. And one of the people that actually like caught my eye once I started going through this was LeBron. As you can, if you guys are watching the playoffs, you know that LeBron is one of the oldest players in the league. And not only was he the oldest player in the league, he's also played the longest. At least he's been playing since he was 18. And I'll be honest with you, growing up, because I was so connected to like a team, I wasn't able to really analyze the person. You feel me? The mindset, what they actually go through. Because in my situation, I wasn't going through I wasn't able to put myself in his space because I wasn't able to understand it. I wasn't there yet. I didn't go through trials and tribulations to his magnitude. You know what I mean? So it was kind of hard for me to relate. But as growing up, you know, you go through more in trials and tribulations. As you know, it's like steps to get to where you need to go through. You have to go through these steps. And once you start going through these steps, you start, I wouldn't say sympathizing, but there are some, I do feel sympathy, but you start emphasizing, meaning you start relating to them, right? And since he's been in the league, he's been scrutinized, right? He's been talked about. He's been, his family's been talked about. They try to find any way to, like, you know, break him or like find ways to like deter him or get his mindset off of get him disfocused and stuff like that, right? And I'll be honest, I'll be one of the people. I was one of the people where I would scrutinize his game, never as a person, but you know, his game. You know, I would you know, follow the crowd. And just watching him go through what he's going through right now, where in the beginning of the season, he was basically told that he's too old. He's bringing the team down. why don't you just get out of the league already and stuff like that, right? And me watching this from the outside in, I'm like, that's a lot of pressure to hold. That's a lot of stress to be able to, like, a lot of people. And as you know, he's the only one to do it. A lot of people wouldn't be able to handle the amount of stress that he's put on his shoulders, right? Being able to day in, day out perform, be able to day in, day out get better every single day, and work out even when you don't want to, even when people are not appreciating you, disrespecting you. You know what I mean? And for him to day in and day out just do that is a different type of level of power. And that power comes from within. There's nothing outside of you that's going to be able to make you perform at a different type of level. Now, you can do what you do. When you do it, you can be doing it for the people that are to motivate people. But as far as like it being like a like an outside force that's being the person to move you or to be able to motivate you, it doesn't happen like that. You have to grab what's within yourself, right? And stress is something that it's very beautiful when you look at it, because a lot of times we are human, so we try to stay at homeostasis. Homeostasis is basically just enough to survive. You know what I mean? Our body always tries to get back to just enough to survive. And to survive, you know, we don't want to do things that are going to put us in harm's way. We don't want to do things that's going to make us stand out. We're not going to want to do things to make people, you know, mad. But what ends up happening is when you're in homeostasis is basically being stable. It's basically being in a spot in which you're the most comfortable, where your temperature, you're not too hot, you're not too cold, right? And yes, it's good to be there, but you don't want to stay there. You know what I mean? What stress does, stress can either be a catalyst or it can be what makes you spiral, right? And the reason why I say stress is beautiful is because whenever I was stressed, whenever I've been in positions where things weren't like, you know, going out the way it's supposed to go to, like where it was supposed to go to, like I would get into this stress state. And earlier in my life, I would try to get away from that stress. You know, I'll try to, okay, let me get back to that homeostasis. But there are times where it's just like, where I used to take that stress and I would use it as motivation, right? And when I used it as motivation, the stress was within me, right? It wasn't because of outside. Yes, people would say things, but what they said was bringing out what I thought of myself or what I wasn't doing, you know? People were calling out things that they saw within myself, or and the only way that it would be able to stress me out is if I believed it. You know what I mean? So I would take that and be like, okay, what can I do to use that energy and become, you know, better, or use that energy and manifest it in a way where it helped me become the person that I was trying to become. And it forced me not to sleep. It forced me not to eat. It forced me to do and focus on that said thing and get better at it 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 and get better at it. When you are stressed,